There's a fire. Lights up who I want to be. My silence has made me see that I'm willing to fight it. There's a fire, light your way, don't let it down.
All right, kids, good morning. Welcome to another exciting episode of the original Red Pill Show. Today is Saturday, October 17th, 2020. This show is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please use it at your own risk. The show is copyrighted by me. No part of it can be reused, rebroadcast in any way, shape, or form without my written consent or our written consent or whatever. Finally, the show is opinionated. The host especially. Callers 815-290-0912. People that are naughty in the chat room, guest interviewed, whatever, are and always will be opinionated under no circumstances whatsoever. Should opinions be taken as advice? If you're seeking professional advice, we strongly encourage you to hire a licensed if required person in his or her field, little Tommy. Hey, man. Whoops. No. That's his name. Wake up. The sun is not even shining yet here in the wonderful 100% open. We have our freedoms in Florida. The good old United States of America. How you doing? We're all just united and bonded together as we always have been. So what's going on? This show is full of smart-ass comments, sarcasm, and whatever, okay? If you haven't figured that out by now, then you've never listened to this show, or at least in its entirety. So what's going on? Let's the chat room. Some people are, I guess Dwayne was on, and what, I'm an hour ahead? 2 hours ahead of Colorado. I'm still getting used. I mean, what the fuck? It's almost 7 o'clock, isn't it? It's 6:30, right? It's close enough. 6:15. I got to change my computer clock. It says 4:14. It still thinks it's in Denver, Colorado. So I got to change that. But really, 6:15, and it's pitch fucking black out there. What's up, man? What's going on? Okay, hello, good morning to Darren, Total Vagabonds in Ireland, eh? And Dwayne. I was with Scarlett. Tim, I love you. Oh, I love you too. I love all of you. Why do you think I do this? Because I hate you guys? You guys are a bunch of fuckers. How's that? How's that sound? All right, so what's going on? I got up at 5 o'clock, and again, when I'm not tired anymore, I get up, I make my coffee, and, man, cameras are getting really to you. You're all a bunch of fuckers. You're all a bunch of assholes, including me. I had a friend say this over the weekend. I'll share total anonymity. She's like, why don't people like you? And I said, it beats flying fuck out of me, because here's the thing. You cross a boundary with me, and it, depending on what it is, especially a personal attack, you're out. You're out. If not, and we have some type of affinity in whatever, then you're in. And you're in for a long time. But it takes a lot to get in. And once you're in, you're in. But if you're a fucker or an asshole, you're out. Sorry, I don't have time for your bullshit. Sorry, okay. So here we go. That includes listeners, too. There's some more complaints. There's plenty of other shows on this network, including on the frickin' internet. Everybody and their fucking brother has a podcast now, so go find one. Okay, so speaking of that, but I can assure you, this is the only show on this network that insults its listeners. Okay, so we're going to go to, speaking of that, we're going to share. Here we are. But no, I just got up and I'm like, I guess Dwayne just got off the air. I don't know. I'm like, really? Okay. Which is the Night Talk. And then Scarlett hosts Clarity at Midnight, so you can check that out too. That usually starts sharply at 12 a.m. Hence midnight Central Time. But we're going to check some stats here. Now, I haven't been doing this show because my life sucks. I'm a loser. I'm moving like the 9th time in 5 years, and it really all sucks. And, but I can finally say, at least here, I'm going to be here for 14 months. And now I got to get into a rhythm or a schedule and decide when I'm going to do the show. I'm going to try to adhere to the schedule on Freedom Revolution Network. Okay? And I will do my best for that. But I start my job on Monday. I haven't worked in 2 months, over 2 months. That's going to be fun. And I really have no idea what that's going to bring as far as time. But I will do my best. And don't forget, I'm an hour ahead of, but I'll figure it out. I want to get in a schedule. I really do. Because this spontaneity of a show coming up whenever I feel like it, which I can do on Podbean. I don't have to come on Freedom Revolution Network, but I want to have some type of, oh, Tim's on, I'm going to listen. Or not like you're sitting around waiting for it to start like a football game, if you're even watching football anymore, or your favorite TV show, if you're even watching TV anymore. I can't. I didn't even activate any television programming. I've had enough. It's Netflix. It's Prime Video, YouTube, which I fell asleep watching some Bitcoin videos, which I'm going to. Crypto Casey, I have to plug her right now. Crypto Casey. She knows her shit. So I would, if I were you, I would start now learning about cryptocurrency. And then you can pick whatever you want to look at from that point. But I really, really, really would start educating yourself on cryptocurrency. And Crypto Casey is the place to go. I've watched thousands of videos and read thousands of tweets on the subject, and she's the shit. So there you go. Okay. Let's see. Wake up, Tim. Wake up, Tim. I'm working on it. I've got some nice coffee. Would you like some? Off my percolator. Which I'm going to need a refill here real quick. All right, so we're going to go in statistics off of Podbean. Just so you kids know that you're not the only stupid people listening to this show. Okay. So, there's other stupid people across the entire planet, Mr. Bond. And that is, of course, the United States of America. This is global. Like the global economy, like globalism, like that really fucked everything up, okay? So I want to take over the planet in global, but not through commerce, but through this show. And you are going to help me. And we're going to fuck it all up because it can't get fucked up any more than it is. Canada, Australia, mate. United Kingdom. India, we're rich and powerful. Oh my God, we're going to die. Brazil, Russia. It's Russia's fault. It's all your fault. St. Lucia. I love St. Lucia. That's down there by the Dominican Republic, if I remember right. Sweden, New Zealand, Nigeria, Germany, Ireland, France, Denmark, Switzerland, Australia, South Africa, and unknown, which I have no fucking idea. Maybe it's those people up in or down in Antarctica. Where's that portal, supposedly, where there's another world? And even Google Maps doesn't show it. And if you go anywhere near it, you get killed. Where's that? I think that is by Antarctica. I'm not sure. Supposedly a whole nother inner world that we have no idea is there. How's that for some crazy shit? All right, okay. Now we're going to share the United States of America. Colorado's number 1. Illinois is number 2. Virginia, home of John Carter, number 3. Michigan, Ohio, Oregon, Texas, California, Washington State, I would assume. Florida, Georgia, oh, Georgia, Louisiana, New Hampshire, Nevada, New York, and 42 unknown, which I hope is firefighters, teachers, people that don't want their IP address tracked, I guess. Not that it's tracking, but location-wise. Firefighters, teachers, law enforcement, military, you're all heroes to me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. So there you go. Now we're going to go to Canada, You ready? British Columbia, Newfoundland, and Labrador. It's a dog. Ontario. Alberta, and Quebec. And finally, Australia, mate, with New Wales, South New Wales, Western Australia, and one unknown, which I still don't know. Maybe it's all the roos that are listening. I don't know. That's a knife. Okay. So there you go. There's all the listeners that were taking over the entire planet. Next will be Mars. We're going after Mars after we fuck up that planet. After Elon Musk figures a way to get there, and then we'll just start raping and pillaging, not the people, but the planet. I know it's pretty strong, but tell me what we did to this planet. And then it's all your fault. Should I get on a rant? It's all your fault. Well, let's move to Mars. And the only thing that we can burn is, I don't know, whatever would be on Mars. Let's say methane, just for the hell of it. And you start using the technology they give you by driving your car on the Martian planet. And, I don't know, I'd say another 50, 60 years down the road, then it's all your fault that you're polluting the fucking planet. Does that make a lot of sense? Well, your methane footprint is ruining the planet and causing global warming, although Mars is uninhabitable and hotter than shit anyway. Nonetheless, we've made all our money selling the methane to you so you can drive around and go to work and be a productive member of society. But we're still going to tax the hell out of you now and make you feel guilty because you use the technology that we provided to you. their bazillion years are a bunch of assholes. Oh, let's start the Mars United Nations. Yes. And then the CFR, the Martian. So what is the name of that thing? It's too early. The MFR. Yes. And we will tell you what to do and start Agenda 21. And shh. Shh. 2,100 downloads off of Podbean. And I don't really know what else. And I really honestly don't care. So there you go. Okay, let's go back to the chat room where everybody's being naughty. And we don't have a gatekeeper. Where's Pamela? Is she sleeping? She's the only smart one, probably. Oh, there she is. Hello, Pamela. Good morning. It's 11:17 here in Ireland. That's noon. It's almost noon. It's almost drinking time. Ooh. So what's going on? Do you like the electrical box? I have a complaint, okay? When I'm starting my show, I know that my screen's blank. I don't want to be an asshole. I'm not that stupid, okay? But there's a lot of things going on. Have you ever watched Doctor Who, and specifically Tom Baker is turning on the knobs to get the TARDIS to do whatever the fuck it does? That's me. So when my intro's playing and all the stupid shit I play, I'm configuring everything else, which this wall behind me will be green. I'm going to paint it. I don't know when, but I'm going to paint it. It's a perfect green screen, except for that fucking electrical box. So maybe I might have to do something like this, or just move the camera and then paint around it. I haven't figured it out yet. But it'll be like TV. It'll be like the news. So I'll put myself off center like that. And then right over here, right here will be the green screen. How's that? Then I can throw whatever the fuck I want up on there. That's going to be cool, actually. I think. So it's always work in progress. Trying to make the show the best for you guys. So you can get pissed off at me and whatever and call me an asshole or a fucker. A bunch of fuckers. Call me a fucker. But at least it'll be high-tech and professional, right? Okay, so what's going on? Let's go. I'm going to jump over to Podbean chat room. Man Care. It almost sounds like Man Cow from Chicago. DJ, it's been there since 1994? Somewhere around there. Man Cow Muller. Good. Great show. WLS AM Chicago. I listened to that when I was a kid. When it was music radio. Now it's talk radio. Whatever. La, 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 la. See, I have radio. Not that this is radio. I have radio in my blood, in my soul. I took radio in high school because it was a 2-period class, which was worth, I don't know, 2 credits, maybe 4. I don't know. I don't remember. But it was fine with me because we got out of the fucking school, Streamwood High, and then we jumped on the bus. It wasn't a mental bus. It was a fucking big bus. And then we jumped on the big bus, and we went to Elgin on Gifford Street, the town Elgin, city of Elgin, and had radio class, got our third class radio license. I think that's what it was. Yeah, third class radio license, so we could broadcast and work the board and all that. Radio telephone, third class operator's license, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, did that, and I don't know. Then I got married, I got divorced, I lost all my shit, and now I'm here and I'm doing this, and I've been doing this on and off for 12 years. Okay, so there you go. Why do you do this, Tim? I just told you pretty much. Or how? Or what? I don't know. Some people still say, do you do a show? If you want to call it that, yeah. Why? I don't fucking know. Why do you do the stupid shit you do? I don't know. See, this is the only place where you're going to find commercials? No, not yet. Conversations with myself. All right, so good morning, Mancow and Mancow. Yeah, I wish it was Mancow. Mancare, whatever. In the Podbean chat room. And my question is, what the fuck are you people doing up? All of you guys is. Okay, so what do you want to talk about? I didn't title the program. I'm going to have to go get some coffee here in a minute. If you want to call in, I'll put the phone number in here. 815-290. I mean, what are you all going to do? I'll give you a little thing. What are you all going to do if Biden wins, okay? Because it's going to send a shockwave around the world. I already saw Bruce Springsteen is going to go to Australia. I think it was on Twitter. But he's moving out of the country, and quite personally, I could care less because his music is god-awful. But this happens every time. If your party doesn't win, everybody threatens to leave, but they never leave. I mean, some of them have, but what are you guys going to do? Just as regular citizens and peasants under the guise of freedom when you're all debt slaves, including me. Ain't that a crock of shit? So I finalized my bankruptcy last June. That's a joke. And then, do you know you have to take a test, a 2-part test, before you can file bankruptcy, and you have to pass it? Did you know that? Which I find really ironic that the government's telling me how to manage my fucking money. It's like a Catholic priest telling me how to watch my kids. Ooh, you're a good crowd. Okay, I'm joking. All right. Oh my God, you can't talk about religion. Why not? Did I sound like Adam Sandler there? I'm coming in by StreamYard. Good, you can take over the show because I need some coffee. And I got to walk my dog in the apartment because I moved to New York City, which will never happen. La, 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 la. All right, well, come in and take over the show, Dwayne, because I'm going to. Do I have to accept you? No, you'll have full control. I'm getting more coffee. Would you like some? Do you like cream and sugar? Oh, hang on. All right, take it over.
No, I log in. I got the log. Every day. Every day. Wait. Because I have that. No, it's not. You get your fucking coffee.
I got it right here. Right here.
Why is it only with your show I echo?
Probably because of the equipment I'm using. I don't know. You're not echoing here, though.
What's up, fucker?
Yeah, what's up, fucker? Do you sleep?
Yes.
Wow. I didn't know you were still on the air. When I went in. So if somebody's on the air and I go into StreamYard, this little background shit here, technical stuff. If I want to start a show and someone's on the air, wouldn't somebody already be on there and show me that or no?
It should have showed you had a broadcast open.
I didn't see nothing. So, and I checked the schedule.
That was Scarlett's show.
Oh, that's right.
It was Clarity after midnight.
Right. How did that go? You know what? I tried staying up, but it's an hour ahead here, and I was gonna jump in. Not that she asked or anything or whatever, but I just was going to, but I passed out. I've been busting all my shit in. So
it was good.
Did it? What'd you guys talk about?
Almost everything. It was more of a laid back show.
So she didn't yell at you for anything at all?
She called me earlier and asked Coast.
I kind of figured something
Well,
needs to be there.
It's either you.
It what?
It was you as her co-host, but normally I've been her co-host, and I made a weird face. And she went like, "Oh, and Dwayne, my annoying ass co-host." I'm wondering if it's my headphones.
It could be because it did this last time. I remember before. Big echo. Hello.
What the fuck?
I got to send you that microphone. I know you gave me your address and I never sent it, but I got it right here and I will send you that microphone.
I would love if you would do that.
Yeah, here. Hang on a minute. It's right here.
That would actually help. I know, guys. We're trying to figure out something.
Right here. Okay. It's a Spark USB. This is a good mic. Better than what you're using on anything that I see. This is a good mic. So I will send this to you. And I'll send you a stand. I don't know. That's around here too. But I'll give you a stand too, and then you don't have to get a mic. I got a mic boom here, which I actually had to order off Amazon. I got it yesterday. See? Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Fucking see it. Yeah, see. But anyway, I'll send you this mic because I want you to sound as the best as you can, and this thing will help a lot.
Yeah, no, guys. There's an echo. There's an echo.
There's still an echo?
Is there any way you can turn it down on your end? Turn it down on your end, Tim?
Not really. I mean, I've never had anybody say anything except you on that. I don't know. Dwayne, you are echoing.
I'm always echoing.
Never had a problem with anybody, so I don't know. I don't think it's on my end. I don't know.
I've never had it.
Oh, there you go. Thanks for putting the complaint department on there. I appreciate that. There you go. Is he still echoing, guys, or no?
If not, I can dig on something else. I don't know what's up.
Hello, Lisa K. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good day. Whatever day it is. It's Saturday here in Florida. It's hot as shit here, man. It's so weird. Like 85 degrees in October. And it's like, what?
Hold on, Tim.
Hold on. Uh-oh. He left. That's right.
Is there an echo? Yikes.
I don't know.
It is on my end. Well, I don't know how it's on.
Why don't you try calling in and try it that way? Because then that'll tell me it's through StreamYard for some weird reason. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to have to start coming up with my own music because I'm getting sick and tired of the algorithms kicking in and making the music sound like shit. And it pisses me off. God forbid you share music for any reason when you have permission. Oh, shit, my phone's ringing. Who the fuck's calling me? Hang on a minute. Okay, so that's you. Okay, so that's you. Did you dial my... Where'd he go? Dwayne, don't call me on my phone. Call me on 815-290-0912. You did. Try it again. I didn't have it open. I gotta have it open. Tell me when you're doing that. Fuck. La la la. Call me again. I got it open. I'm just gonna sit here with my thumb in my ass till you fucking call. Okay, here we go. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, there's no echo on my end now.
Yeah, so that tells me it's StreamYard. That's really weird, because if it was on my end, you'd be echoing. Very weird.
Very weird. I'm just going to go watch YouTube for comments.
Yeah, that's what I did. I just opened it up, back up.
You have your YouTube muted. Can you hear the YouTube?
No. I don't have YouTube open. I have StreamYard open and the whole chat room thing is there. I don't have YouTube open at all.
Yeah. I go in and mute the show so I don't.
Yeah, well, Darren's saying that you were not going with Scarlett. I don't know what the fuck it is. It has to be something that I'm doing. Maybe. I don't know, but the phone's working now, so I don't really care less.
Yeah, the phone's working better.
And that's better anyway, because usually when I have people on, they call in anyway.
No, I see. Fucking Scarlett went like, is fucking Tim coming on? I'm going like, he must be if he's fucking have a broadcast open.
Yeah, but you guys are only an hour behind me though, right? What time is it right now?
I'm on the East Coast, dude. I'm on with you at 6:42.
So you're on the same as me.
Uh-huh.
And Scarlett's in Central, so she's an hour behind us.
It's 5:52, and then where Red would be, it's 4:52.
Yeah, Colin. So you guys were on for a while then, huh?
We were on for 4 hours.
Well, I had no idea that you got. You know what I'm going to do? I'll just go to YouTube and see. That's usually what I do anyway, and see if anybody's broadcasting on YouTube, and then I should have done that. But whatever.
Yeah, I'm doing 3 fucking shows now, so.
You are?
Yep.
So your show, and then with Scarlett, and what else?
No, actually, it's the 4 shows now. I take that back until Red comes back.
Wow.
I started a new show on Sunday night. I follow police, fire, and EMS with 2 of my friends, so there's 3 of us doing it.
Why don't
Stark County Night Watch.
Should just change the network name to Dwayne's Network. How's that sound?
Hey, Scarlett's let me do as many shows as I want because I ain't got nothing else better but time because I got tested for fucking COVID.
Really? What did it come out?
Don't know yet. Haven't got the results.
So you're not feeling well? Or?
I had strep. Like, we remember when I was on there, we could all tell I was getting sick.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Stat Care a week ago tomorrow. Told I had strep. Called into work and took off on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And then called my doctor on Tuesday and went and got tested for COVID on Wednesday. And let me tell you something. Never again.
What, the test?
Uh-huh.
Why, don't they shove something up your nose, right? Is that what they did?
They shove something up your nose. It's up your nose. It goes in your nose and down the back of your throat.
What?
Yep. You can feel it tingle in the back of your throat.
No, thank you. I think I'd rather get my prostate checked, which I've never done that either. But I don't want to do that. No, thank you.
Not in one nostril.
2?
But 2.
No. No, thanks.
Yeah. It hurts.
Well, I guess now we know why they didn't come out and push the test in the beginning, right?
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm not even listening to the social distancing rule. Supposed to stay in my home, be quarantined for 10 days. So my kid got me messed up.
I can't.
I'll just wear a mask and leave my house.
Dude, I fucking half the reason I left Colorado is I know the second wave's coming around, and I don't want to get into politics that much. Just touch it. But if Biden gets elected, he's going to shut everything down, and it's be like, I can't fucking do that. I know at the time when Mel and I were doing a show, and Mel didn't bother her because she's an introvert, and I'm not saying nothing we didn't talk about. So it's nothing against her. It's just that you have your introverts and your extroverts, and I'm an extrovert. And if I get quarantined and locked down in my fucking place, especially where I was at, I would have lost my goddamn mind. I'm just telling you right now.
Didn't you already lose your goddamn mind? You're on the Freedom Revolution Network.
So I'd go into the next level of deep psychosis, and I really don't want to do that.
Nobody wants to do that.
I know. But a lot of people don't have a choice. I mean, what are you going to do? Pack up your shit and move? If you had to move from where you're at tomorrow, could you do it? And then where would you go?
If I could move,
Mm-hmm.
probably be to Tennessee.
Okay. Well, there you go. But
Well, and the only reason I say that is because I want to move to a state that I got family in.
okay.
And
Why?
I got my grandmother lives in Tennessee.
Why are you going to move around family? You don't have enough fucking problems in your life? Or what? Sorry.
I do got my own fucking problems of my own, but that's damn it, Tim, we're not going there.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
We can write a book with my issues.
Yeah, who can't? I'm actually in the process of, but I'm very, very slow in doing it because I'm not really motivated to do it. And then and nobody's going to believe it. And then, oh, you're just trying to make money. It's like, no, not really. I'm not. I'm trying to help people, but you can look at it any way you want. I don't really care. But, I mean, once you... Val Villano, what the hell's her last name now? Anyway, she wasn't on here. I tried getting her on here. And then she was doing her own thing on Blog Talk Radio. But she wrote a book, and I read it. And then I interviewed her, and it's a fascinating book. But she goes, Tim, it's very liberating, and it's like the best therapy if you write a book and write this stuff down. But it takes me back mentally to where I'm at to recall what happened, and I really don't like doing that. So...
It reminds you where you came from.
Exactly.
And it hurts.
Yes. Right. The pain is still there, regardless of how much therapy you've had and, whatever. But I'll get.
Right, and
I'll
the only
get
reason
what?
And the only reason I know that is because through the Narcotics Anonymous program that I'm in, because I'm an addict. They say, well, go back to where you don't want to come from, and I'm going like, yeah, you try telling that to someone when the pain's still fucking there.
Right. Well, that's why you got a fourth step and a fifth step, which helps with that, but still, it's there. I mean, it's it's like ingrained in your soul. When you just
The
really
fourth,
doing-
see, here's the thing that I tell people: the fourth step and the fifth step. The fourth step helps deal with the resentments. The fifth step helps you get them out.
And forgiveness,
But
right.
Right, but it never really takes away the pain
No,
that you deal with.
right. No,
No. I'm doing my fourth step over again because my sponsor saw something that I may have missed.
okay.
And I'm sitting there going like, well, isn't that putting more pain on me in more unwanted, or how should I truly say this? Unneeded pain that can cause me to go back out and have a relapse.
Correct.
I'm like, you're throwing an excuse up at me.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that because that's exactly what I was going to say. That's the reason, or a big part of it, is why, I don't know why, but I'm talking for me, that's why I drank myself to oblivion, is to cover up that pain and not deal with the problems. And now you're asking me sober to do that. And I mean, it's a hard thing to do. People that haven't been through that, and I don't wish it on anybody, just will never get it. They'll just never. It's like me having having a kid and being pregnant. It's just never going to happen. So,
and that's the thing. Like I never wish alcoholism on anybody.
Nope.
you know, because I don't even drink, you know, and I'm not even an alcoholic, you know. Well, I am. I used to be that person that could sit down and have a drink, and now I can't drink again.
Right. Yep.
You know, I don't wish this pain on anybody. Everyone was like, oh, it's a choice. Motherfucker, live a day in our shoes. You'll see it ain't a choice.
No, it's not a choice. It's just like fat people being fat and telling them, well, you're fat because you choose to be fat. And it's like, no, it's because they have an addiction to food and they stuff their fucking face 24 hours a day. So it's the same thing.
And I used to be one of those people.
Yeah. Very hard to do, break addiction or deal with addiction or whatever term you want to use. It's very, very challenging, especially if you have an addictive behavior. Or you're raised in a child of an alcoholic family like me. I didn't know any better. I just thought that's what you do. So, you know.
Right.
But
I can see that.
Monkey see, monkey do. Oh,
Monkey see, monkey do gets you in hell.
Yeah, I know. But you
Literally.
don't know. But you don't know any better. And breaking free from that is really, really hard to do. So, but
You
one
know,
day at a
that's
time.
why.
Go ahead.
That's why I love talking to people who know. Who know what it's like.
I want to do a show on addiction, but it's gonna fucking tear my heart out. So, because people don't understand, and if some people don't want to understand, and that's fine for you, but God forbid one of your kids or your spouse or somebody that's real close to you starts going through it, and you're not aware of it or even kind of can relate to it, you're in big trouble because you're going to be part of the collateral damage, whether you think you are or not.
Yeah, because, you know, like, and I'll do it with you, Tim, if you want to do it with someone, so it's not, you know, harder on you.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't have a problem doing it at all. That's why, like, when I get asked to lead, like, an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting or a Narcotics Anonymous meeting, you know, I step up and, you know, I do it because there's parents in there with them that truly don't know what they went through, and they hear it from someone else's eyes, and they go, like,
Right.
from someone else's story and go, like, this is what my kid went through? Now, wait the fuck a minute.
All right. And how
And
long?
see, that's,
Go ahead.
how long have I been sober? I'm coming on, where's my phone? 10 months will be on the 22nd.
No, that's great.
I had 2.5 years before that. And then I took a spiraling downhill.
Well, you know what? You're still here, and you know you're working on it again. That's all that matters.
Hey, it's one day at a time, right?
That's right. That's right. I mean, I had 5 years. I had over 5 years of sobriety. So I mean, you know, it was one day at a time.
Right? Like, you know, like your one show the other day really helped because, like, how you titled it is what made me stay up and watch it.
I know you said that, but you thought something was wrong with me, and it's not. But I'm never going to come on the air here a fucking basket case, which really never happens anyway. But that was very kind of you to be concerned about that and ask me, you know, what the fuck's going on or what's wrong with you. What'd you say? What's wrong with you? I think you said that.
I think I texted that morning. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah,
It's 4
yeah,
o'clock
right.
in the morning.
Exactly.
Is everything okay?
Yeah. No, everything's fine.
Because
Everything's
it's
fine.
because I was used to it when you're on your time. You know, like when you get on, like it'd be 4 o'clock. My time would be 2 o'clock. Your time after you go on, I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, Tim just can't sleep. You just moved. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and you said we're gonna talk about family. Now they fuck everything up in Florida. I went like, okay, Tim, the fuck's wrong? It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Are
Right.
you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, and you just envisioned I'm here bawling my eyes out or whatever, and I'm just like, oh my God, I gotta talk to somebody. So I start a show. It's like, yeah, no, that ain't ever gonna happen. I bring my shit on the show to people to share, to relate, kind of like what we're talking about with addiction and going through it, to help one fucking person. That, you know, if you help one person, then I've accomplished my mission or my intentions. So this show isn't. Go ahead.
That's how I am. If I can make one person laugh throughout the
Yep.
fucking day, I'm okay.
That's right. And that one person may be your mom, your dad, your son, your daughter, your husband, your wife. You know, and that one person means everything to you. And if you can help them, and you really can't help them, but if you can get some type of catalyst to identify what's going on with them and be supportive for them, I guess would be a better word, then because you need to understand them. But there is a point where there's like, you know what, I got to let you go. I can't help you anymore. You're on your own, which is a very hard thing to do. But that's, sometimes that's what it takes.
It's hard, but at the end of the day, I think you feel a relief at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like my brother who overdosed 2 weeks ago, I told him, until you want to come talk to me face to face and you want to apologize for the shit you just put us through, don't come fucking talk to me.
So he OD'd, but he's not dead.
No, he overdosed, but he's not dead.
Yeah, he's lucky.
He almost died.
Right. Okay. Well, there you go.
It took us a half hour to figure out what fucking hospital we went to.
That's horrible. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I mean, I saw my dad almost drink himself to death, and in his defense and credit, he's been sober for like over 35 years. So, there you go.
See, and that's the thing, is like you just said, there's people out there that have 35, 40 years,
Mm-hmm.
and it takes that one drink. It takes that one drug. It takes that one thing to fuck someone's whole life up, and that's what people don't get.
Right. They don't get it. They
You know
don't.
what?
They don't care. I mean, it's a very people don't understand addiction. We'll talk about it a little bit, but we'll do a show about this and get in depth. But addiction not only takes your mind, it takes your heart and it takes your soul. And kind of like the devil. I mean, I'm not gonna say it is the devil, but it sure ain't from God. I'll tell you that right now. And gets in there in the darkness and the depths of hell when you hit your bottom. What?
Rock bottom's not the best place to be.
No, because you're either going to end up dead or in jail or, even worse, is still being addicted to doing drugs. And you probably haven't hit your bottom yet, because that's when you're supposed to wake up and go, fuck, something's fucking wrong here. So, and some people never get to that point.
Right. So, Tim, I took your advice. Remember I told you I wanted to restring my guitar?
Yep.
I put Martins on it, like either Elixirs or Martins.
Mm-hmm.
And I put Martins on it, dude, and I put it in a drop D key.
Okay.
And it sounds beautiful.
Awesome. That's good.
Beautiful. And I just smack it off the end of the coffee table.
Yeah, new strings is like new tires on a car or motorcycle, or brand new shoes that are after they're broken, whatever. I mean, it's like it's a whole new instrument. It's cool.
See, and that's what I told Scarlett to make, because she didn't understand that.
Yeah, well, she would understand if you said, you bought a dress or an outfit that you look hot as fuck in, and you look in the mirror and you're smiling and you feel like, oh man, I'm the shit. That's what strings on a guitar. A guitar.
That's
does.
how we feel.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Well, I don't want to ignore the chat room, but Lisa's concerned about a lockdown, and I guess Australia is hell right now with lockdowns. And
Yeah, so is England and Scotland and Ireland.
yeah, so people are concerned about that, and I am too. And again, that's a big reason why I left Colorado, because the second wave is going to come, and with the political ideologies and orders there from the mayor of Denver, and well, getting into politics, I don't want to do this, but I'm just saying it's about the lockdown and the psychological effect of people, and people are concerned. And
I would be too when they see the suicide rate.
suicide, addiction, ironically, and alcoholism and the whole 9 yards. And you know what it is? And that's another reason why I did that episode of Family Friends in Florida. I was actually trying to come up with as many fucking F's that I could. I should have added that one too. And it's like you're confined and locked up with your family. And unfortunately, this is just my opinion, and based on me and my family that's dysfunctional as hell, it's like when you're locked up with people that you can't even get along with and you're dysfunctional, how could that be a good thing?
I have to turn into a fucking murder scene real quick.
Well, yeah, I don't want to go that far, but yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I had to be blunt.
No, I know, but unfortunately, you're right. You know, I mean, of course, we don't want that, but you know, the suicide rate, drinking. I mean, it's god awful. And then just, I hate saying, "Oh, what about the children?" But look at what it's doing to the kids. I mean, they're seeing that shit.
Right, like a buddy's kid of mine at the first month of lockdown tried to kill himself because like he couldn't even see his friends. Like his brother came home from deployment and couldn't even go see him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and then you throw on top of that, you're not working and paying your bills, and then if somebody dies, God forbid, you can't go to the funeral. I mean, all your freedoms and rights have been stripped from you. Okay, I don't care what the reason is. That's what's happening, and then when that happens to a person, you start losing your shit.
Right, and see, that's what people aren't getting is that, you know, these lockdowns, like this lockdown mentally fucked with me because, you know, I just came out of a relationship. I just came back from Tennessee. You know, and I come back from Tennessee and boom, 9 days, you know, so it's 23rd of February. About 27 days later, I'm getting hit with a lockdown, and I just came back from seeing my girlfriend, and I'm going like, she was my girlfriend at the time until I proposed a couple of days later. You know, now I can't even go and see my fiance because I can't even drive. I wasn't even, not even allowed to drive like 2.5 hours, you know, 2 hours away to go see her.
Mm. Well, I don't know how any person, like I said, unless you're an introvert and you're used to that and you have that phobia where you can't go outside because you're afraid to and blah, 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 blah. These people are in heaven, you know, but people that are extroverts and got to go out and have some type of interaction with society and people are losing their shit. And I think that's more the majority than the minority of being an introvert. That's my opinion.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, I don't have, where's your fact checks, Tim? I don't fucking know. You go look at them. But I'm telling you, I'm just going by my observation and people. I'm in Florida now, and it's so weird because I'm driving down Interstate 95, which is a fucking death trap. And
Yeah.
I drove through Daytona on the interstate, and I'm checking things out. There's a Harley dealer over there on the, what would that be? The west side of the interstate, and there's outdoor tents and people fucking everywhere. And this was yesterday on a Friday, everywhere. And it's like, wow, this is so nice to see because in Colorado, I didn't see it. In Illinois, I didn't see it. It's just, people ask me, well, why do you want to go to Florida? You know, because COVID was blah, 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 and they're 100% open and blah, 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 blah. And I said, you know why? Because I want to live. And if I'm going to die by living, so be it. But I'm not going to die and lose my goddamn mind, sorry, Lord, in lockdown again because I can't fucking take it.
Right. And us extroverts can't. We want human interaction. We want to be around people. See, and y'all introverts, man, I'm telling y'all are fucking lucky because y'all can deal with the fucking lockdown.
Right.
Us fucking extroverts, no. We go fucking nuts. Now, can you blame us? No.
Nope.
like me, I thrive on physical touch. So, like, when I couldn't see my fiance for like 3 months, and I finally seen her, and she stayed here with my mother twice, not trying to be mean, I cuddled up on her like there was no fucking tomorrow. I don't think I left her chest for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even see my son the first month of the fucking lockdown, and that about broke my heart.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I think I even called Scarlett and told her if I don't see my son, I'm gonna go nuts.
Yeah. No, I get, and I'm on the other side of the coin. I mean, I was like that with my kids and my family and blah, 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 blah. But I come home to nothing. Now, in this new apartment, I can have a pet. And I still don't know. I've had a dog ever since I was a kid. My parents had a kid since 5 years old. I had dogs. I had 3 dogs at one time when I was married. So, you know, and then my dog that passed away from cancer I had to put down right after my divorce was my rock. I mean, I took her to work and I'd pick her ass up and put her, she was a bull mastiff, about 100 pounds. And I'd pick her up and put her ass in the truck and she's like, you know, like happier and fucking than anything. And,
Right.
but see, so I like that too. But if you could flip the coin and go, oh my God, I got to go home. And there's 2 sides to it. I got to go home, but there's nothing to go home to. So I'm even isolated even more on top of working all day. And if I'm not wearing a mask, they look at me like I'm a mass murderer and want to kill somebody. Then I come home to nothing. And I can't even go to the gym. I just can't do what I want to do. But then on the other side of the coin, you got people that do have a family and they do have kids. But I'm sorry, most of yous, including me and my family, are fucked up. So how long can you be in a room locked up with people that are fucked up? So why do you think everybody's miserable? You either come home lonely to nothing or you come home to fucking people you can't get along with. Who's not going to lose their shit?
I mean, to be honest, I would rather want to come home to nothing than to a fucked up family.
Well, I'm telling you, it's not so bad. I mean, of course, I've got acclimated to it, but I don't wish it on anybody once again. Yeah.
I used to do that. When I got my first apartment, I literally came home to nothing until a buddy of mine moved in with me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it took my mental health through a fucking wall.
Yeah, it's hard.
I mean, I had other people that lived in the apartment complex that would come talk to me every once in a while, or this one lady upstairs who would bring me dinner when she cooked because she was just a sweetheart, you know. But until I got with my crazy ass baby mama, it wasn't so crazy then.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going like, I can get used to this.
Yep.
Lockdown happened, and I moved back with my mother a month into the lockdown, and I come home to the same thing every fucking day, the same 3 people. Well, I'm like, can I just get my fucking life back?
Right. Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
And everyone looks at you like you're fucking crazy, going like, there's a virus going around. Going like, look, I get it. But I want to be loved.
Yeah, you want to live. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, if you're essential, then you're good enough to take the risk to go out and do your job and be essential. But then in your personal time, I guess that's not essential, which it is essential. So this thing's just all fucked up. I can't wait till it's all over. But see, that's the thing. And if you want to read a comment or two out of the chat room, oh, you're not in the chat. Yeah, but you can see that, right? Are you on YouTube?
I can see the YouTube.
Yeah,
chat.
because they're concerned about this stuff. And I want to get them involved, and I got to get my last cup of coffee. So if you want to read some of these and share them, well, you can't share them because you're not. Are you? You're not. No, you're not in the.
No, I'm not in the fucking StreamYard. I might pop in the StreamYard for the fuck of it, so I can actually
see what's going on. Yeah. So if you want to do that quick, because I want to get into this, because I want to know. You know, let's forget about politics and whose fault it is. It doesn't fucking matter. What matters is is that how are you going to handle this? Because in my opinion, I think the second lockdown's coming. I really do. And people are going to lose their shit regardless of who wins a presidential election, which isn't going to help. But I think we're all going to get locked down again unless a governor mandates that you're not like the state of Florida. Unless they're overridden by the president, which I don't know can happen or not. See, I don't know enough about constitutional law and all that. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know either until
Yeah.
people can see my face. I know we. Can you still hear me, Tim?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So read a couple of them. I'm going to go get my final cup of coffee. I'll be right back. All right.
All right. True, Lisa, and Westcourt is full of back roads. Stay off the main roads. Roadblocks all over, but I'm happy with my own company and I'm an extrovert. You know what, Total Vagabonds? I get that. You know, guys, like, I don't want you to lose your shit. At the same time, if you lose your shit, then that's okay. Because at the end of it, you lose your shit. I don't want any of you to lose your shit, but, you know, these lockdowns, guys, are going to fucking suck. You know, especially if we go back into another lockdown. You know, so Lisa said, so Total Vagabond said, it's messed up. We are in another lockdown here. I'm lucky I'm not in a town. I'm not in a town or city, chilling in the hills.
Mm-hmm.
And Lisa said, with the current environment, you have more freedom, Vagabonds. Darren said, same here, tiny bit of freedom north of Victoria. And Total Vagabond said, true, Lisa, and Westcourt is full of back roads. Stay off the main roads. Roadblocks are all over, but I'm happy with my own company, and I'm an extrovert. See?
Yep.
Like, look, I told him, if you lose your shit during the lockdowns, there's nothing you can really do about it.
No, except pray. That's about it.
You know, you want to know what I did during fucking a month of lockdown? I played my guitar.
Is that a game?
No, my guitar.
Oh, your guitar. Okay, all right.
I played that till I broke the bottom E string on it. You know, during lockdowns, we got to find something to do. Like, I don't care what it is. We got to find something to do.
Right.
Because if we're not finding something to do, we're going to lose our shit. I mean, damn, Tim, when you were still on here and on lockdown, you were on here almost every fucking day.
Right. I know. That's what I did. Yeah. That's one of the things I did.
Shit, I think me, you, and Mel were both on here every fucking day.
Yep.
Until me, Bonnie, and Mel got ourselves in trouble the one morning. Fucking Scarlett. Oh, so y'all want to talk about sex and chains? Here we go. Scarlett comes in. Fuck. That's Scarlett, though.
What? She didn't want you talking about it?
The one day we were on your show in the morning, like it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. My time is 6 your time is when you were doing your show. No. You started your show at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I think Mel kept going like on a 3-day sex spree talk.
Hmm.
That was a fun morning.
Okay.
You know, but look, we got to find ways to keep ourselves interested. I mean, like, God, like the people that were on the cruise ships when COVID first started, like on the cruise ships, and they were getting locked in their rooms. I mean, shit, they watched porn for probably endless days because they got free porn from the ship.
Yeah, I guess. But how long can you have fucking sex? You know, I mean, that sounds great, but reality of it is it's kind of like getting drunk. How long can you do that for an extended period of time? It's overrated.
Yeah, I can say that at most, and I used to be the one person that was addicted to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but to me on the lockdown, I really didn't do anything. Tim, I'm going to be quite honest. I just either played my guitar or tried to keep myself out of trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, God, there was times I just thought about going and egging someone's car because it would be fun.
Yeah. Well, see, I did the show. I did pick up the guitar more, nowhere nearly enough. You never do. I never do. I worked out more, and I got a second job because my hours got cut to 25 hours a week. But I'm telling you, man, coming home, it was fucking horrible, man. I mean, it's like there's nothing worse than voluntary. I mean, it was voluntary. It was an order, governor order, that you had to go home and not leave unless you went shopping. Or I did that a lot. I went to the store a lot and bought some shit. But I mean, I rode my motorcycle. Actually, I did that a lot more too. I rode my motorcycle a lot more. So I did that.
I was about to say, I've seen many pictures of your bike.
Yeah. So I was on my bike quite a bit, which is very liberating.
I was thinking about getting on one of them death traps.
You're gonna die of something. Trust me. Just don't be stupid. I have a friend. I don't have a friend. My son shared this with me. Somebody was riding at night back in Illinois, and it's deer season. They're all out there trying to reproduce, and they're eating all the corn from harvest laying on the ground. And this person hit a deer at 50 miles an hour at night, not wearing a helmet and the proper protection. So all that is fucked up. Don't use common sense. Don't do that.
If you're gonna ride a motorcycle, please wear a helmet.
Well, I mean, yeah, I do. And Florida has no helmet law. I don't have to wear one here, but I'm going to.
I mean, we already got to worry about you as it is now, Tim. Don't wear a fucking helmet. Wear a fucking helmet.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to.
What I mean is when we got to worry about you now, there's a fucking possible potential hurricane coming your way.
Yeah, I know. And I'm already asking people about that. How do you know when, and evacuation procedures? And I'm just going to jump on my Actually, Scarlett told me she'll let me know because I guess you and her watch that shit a lot, keeping an eye on it. So I'll know.
Me and her watching a lot, so one of us will let you know when it's time to get the fuck out.
Yep.
We're not going to let you fucking just sit there and be stuck.
Yep. I'll pack all my shit on my motorcycle and a tent and a sleeping bag, and I'll just head northwest inland and get the hell out of here.
I mean, you can always go to Scarlet.
Yeah, that's too far north, though. Jesus Christ, that's way up in the. It's by. It's almost by. Well, it's up there. So I'm gonna say it's way up there.
You know, it's come to Ohio.
Yeah. Well, I'll be definitely heading that way. So I mean, northwest will definitely be the right way to go. Who knows?
Yeah, because I was telling Scarlett, like, when you come up, like, I might just, like, save up the money and get the hell out of my house and get a hotel room for the fucking weekend.
Okay.
And just kind of say, you know, like, fuck it. Like, the hell out. I haven't done one of them hiatus in a while because I'm trying to save up money to do a hiatus out of this house for a weekend by myself.
Yeah, everybody needs to do that. It's called a vacation.
Even if it's 3 days or not, it's
That's right.
getting
That's right.
it's getting the hell out of yourself and getting. Well, it's not getting the hell out of yourself. It's going like, I'm in this house with you for one more second, and you're gonna fucking die type thing.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Total Vagabond said, I lived in my mini clubman for 2 years. I'm couch surfing right now, but I've lived in converted houses, vans, had a great life with it.
Couch surfing. I like that. That's pretty good. Like that.
I did that for a while. I couch surfed. It was.
I've been doing it too, but not. I think Total Vagabonds is not really. How should I say this? Anchored down anywhere. I think he'll get up and leave, and not just ghost people, but he'll get up and leave and move on to the next thing, which I actually thought about doing that, to be honest with you, because I got nothing tying me down either, and I saved enough money. I was actually going to ride my motorcycle all around the country instead of getting back into the rat race. But, that's very, well, I have people say this to me, so I shouldn't say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. They like, oh, man, I admire you, and I wish I could just get up and leave and go wherever the fuck I want. And my answer to them is, I go, freedom's nice, but it's lonely. So if you can handle the loneliness, knock your shit out. I think you should try it.
See, now I can't. I'm a people person.
Yeah, well, so am I. That was my biggest challenge. Dude, I raised a family and was married for 27 years. So, and I had a business, and I had to interact with people for 20 years. I'm a people person. There's no doubt about it. So for me to go from that to what I'm saying and what I've been doing has been a huge challenge for me. Huge. And if you and I work...
Yeah, you're in a...
Go ahead.
You're in an area you don't know nobody.
Nope.
You basically restarted from scratch.
Yes, I did.
You took a whole hiatus and said, fuck life, I'm fucking restarting.
Well, it's the second time. And a lot of people can't do it one time, let alone a second time. I hit the reset button when I went to Colorado. Knew a total of 3 people. Florida, I know a lot of people here, but they don't even know I'm here except one. And because my circle's going to get smaller here, I'm really going to be very careful who I let in. But yeah, I've hit it twice. And a lot of people don't even get I'm going to call it an opportunity. But it was a situation that I was put into because of a lot of shit, negative, and hit the reset button once in Colorado. And I gave it 2.5 years, and COVID fucking ruined everything. Now I hit it again. I packed up my shit, took a little hiatus in Illinois, spent time with my son and some friends. And now I got here Tuesday in Florida, and I'm going to try it again.
And hopefully it's going to be more than 2.5 years that you have to hit that reset button.
I would want nothing more. I would love to. I really like it here. To be honest with you, there's a lot of senior citizens out here, which I don't mind. I love older people because they're so full of knowledge. And
right?
I just love talking to older people because they just, a lot of people look at them like they're a waste of society and resources and they're used up and just go fucking die. And that's horrible. That's a fucking horrible way to treat our elders. And they're just so, and they love talking. You get them to talk and they just won't shut up, which is good. But I really don't like our society casting them out as used up and old and just fucking leave me alone. because you know what? When you're doing that, you're gonna be old one day, and you don't want to be treated like that. So don't treat people the way that you don't want to be treated, because you just sit down and talk to an older person. Number one, they'll love you to death, appreciate it, and they have so much knowledge from experience. And you're only going to obtain that by living it. But if you can at least sit
Right.
down and talk to somebody about it and then listen to it, I mean, that's invaluable. Our older people are invaluable. They really are.
And they are. And I'm going to come back in the stream here in a minute. Somehow my computer lost internet connection.
Okay.
It's an old piece of shit.
Yeah, did Scarlett get one yet? She told me she was going to. I don't know if she did or not.
She finally did get a
Good.
computer.
Awesome.
She got it set up. She was going to be in the studio tonight, but it's really cold where she's at right now.
Yeah.
So she unfortunately was not in the studio today.
Okay.
I mean, I can't blame her for not being in the studio.
Right.
What part of Ohio, Lisa? I'm in the Stark County area. And it is getting really cold. That's the first time I've ever seen a viewer from my state here on the network. That's why I was asking, like, what area, like, are you from? Yeah, no, like, you know, like, me and Scarlett were talking tonight. You know, it's like the suicide rates went up.
Mhm.
You know, like, everyone's offing themselves, and we're going, like, what the fuck?
I'm telling you, my biggest challenge, it hasn't been fiscal, it hasn't been any of that. I don't really care about any of that stuff. My biggest challenge has been able to live alone. And then again, on the other side of the coin, people's challenge is living with their dysfunctional, fucked up family that there's no escape except, God forbid, chemical addiction, or just saying, fuck it, I've had enough, and they put a gun to their head. And I'm sorry that sounds so rash, but it's happening. So to not talk about it and being apathetic isn't going to change anything. You got to admit it and talk about it. And it's a big problem. It's a fucking huge problem. And I wish people would just learn to either be able to live alone or live with your family and fucking figure it out and take some time to heal and grow and get close to the people that are your family, because people apparently aren't. I mean, you know, watch church together, pray together, eat together. You know, how many families do you know that eat dinner together anymore?
Not much. I know me and my mom do it when we can, you know, like, so to give a little bit of a background, I'm not going to go into it. Me and my mom have not, in the 12 years since my dad's been gone, we have not gotten along.
Mm.
My mom was adamant about me not moving back into this house. But God said, all right, Billy, like, look, you're going to do what I'm going to tell you, and he's moving back in whether you like it or not.
No, good for you.
I've been back here since beginning of April because of God. And me and my mom get along great. Like, so I can tell you guys, like, 2 days ago, had a mental breakdown. 3 days ago, had a mental breakdown. 2 nights ago, had a spiritual breakdown in my living room. Was playing worship music, had a spiritual breakdown. While playing, started crying, started praying, and next thing you know, I feel my mom's hand right here on my shoulder, and I can hear her praying over me.
Hmm.
There's not that many families today that do what she did.
Nope. No, not at all. You know what's another thing people can do is read, whether it's the Bible or books or whatever. It's an opportunity to look at yourself and heal from whatever that is and grow as a person to be a better human. You're not going to have another opportunity because you're not going to be distracted by life when it goes, quote unquote, back to normal. So make use of the time.
I mean, you gotta find something, or you're like Tim said, you're gonna find yourself at the end of the bottle or barrel of a gun.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you won't. It's happening. You can't deny it.
And I don't want to see nobody at the barrel of a gun.
No. Just get to know yourself. I mean, don't get to know your wife better, or you should though, and your kids better, which you should, but you're not gonna do that until you get to know yourself better. And then once you do that, then the people around you, you should get to know better. I'm not saying ignore them, but if you don't work on yourself and know who you are and what's truly going to make you happy and bring you peace, then you can't share that with the people around you. And I think a lot of people get into relationships or marriage. Well, for one thing, this is a whole different subject, but I think it's entirely on codependency, because we're brainwashed that we have to get married and have kids and live happily ever after and blah, 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 blah. And if you don't think you're codependent, then I'm going to ask you, do you have a pet? Because if you have a pet, then you're codependent. I don't care if you have a girlfriend or boyfriend or wife or husband or whatever, you're codependent because you need something or somebody around you. You cannot be alone. And I think one of the biggest, hardest challenges is being a human being, because we're not supposed to be alone. If we were supposed to be alone, the Bible wouldn't have started with Adam and Eve, right?
Or Adam and Steve.
Yeah, well, okay.
I was hoping you would have caught that.
Oh, I did. Well, hell, you could even take it further. Adam that doesn't know he's Adam and he's, whatever. God, I'm going to go down a road I didn't want to go down. But we're not supposed to be alone. We are not supposed to be alone. But if you can live to be alone, then you can live to be with somebody else. I think that's why people are losing their shit, because we're not prepared for this type of situation and constantly be around people that we're supposed to be around by choice, by marriage, by this, by that, because you never learn to be living alone and not be codependent. Now, I think everybody's a little codependent, because that's why we need to be around people. But you can't put all your energy and faith and time in other people to make you happy. Therefore, you're codependent. I think codependency is a fucking huge problem. People got to work on it, including me. And I'm working on it.
Right. You know, like, here's the thing. So I'm going to tell you this, like, both of my relationships, I've never had a pet. Never.
That's good. I mean, that's good, but that's bad. But I that's good. That shows you're not dependent on somebody else.
I didn't want a pet. I loved living by myself. And it was the best thing that has ever happened. Both two relationships, I wasn't seeking.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Julie, we were supposed to be a summer fling, because she was supposed to go to Florida, where you're at, Tim, for college.
Mm.
And she fell in love with me when she told her parents, like a month before she's supposed to move, I'm not going to Florida. And then later had a kid. And now living with each other. We break up in January. Not looking for a relationship. Someone I've been in love with for 4 years asked me if I wanted to date her. And I said, why not? You know, like, I didn't look for the relationship. I wasn't looking for not a damn thing. Just friends. And, well, here I am again in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a long-distance relationship, and I've been with her for 10 months.
Great. Good for you.
And I'm home by myself. Well, besides my mother and a dog. That's not even mine.
Mm-hmm.
I had to throw that one out there. I will have a dog just because of my seizures.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I love being by myself. Now, do I like to go out of the house and hang out with friends and everything? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck doesn't? But other than that, I could really give two shits less if I'm with somebody or.
Well, I think to a point where we're tribal, and Darren just said that being a recluse. My hardest lesson is communication with like-minded people, good people, and hard to find. Well, I'm going to plug this network in this show and Dwayne show. We all have a commonality here, and we're all tribal. We're all trying to find like-minded people. And depending on how deep you want to go as far as what those commonalities are, thinking, beliefs, morals, ethics, whatever. Good intentions, good, bad, evil, whatever, dark. That's what this network was created for, in my opinion. I didn't start it, but it's not my first rodeo. That you're looking for people to have a common bond with. And I think, in my opinion, this is the place to do it. But it's very, very hard to find that. But I think we're giving
Right,
we're giving that service to people, Dwayne. I really do.
We are, and like Tim, I wasn't even expecting to become friends with you. I didn't know how much you would have in common. And comes to find out, like you said, between me, you, and Scarlett, we have too much in common.
Well, yeah, it's like family, pretty much.
Like, put it for instance, like when you were with Scarlett, you helped buy shit, like food and stuff.
Oh, she told you
like
that?
to cook. Yeah, she.
Yeah.
Or like like you guys just sat down and talked and went fishing together and everything. You guys had that one on there. And she said just the beautiful conversation you guys had about so many different things. And I'm like, now I'm seeing how much I really have in common with people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's great.
I'm like,
go ahead.
She's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, a lot in common, like even being called a racist. So, which I've been called, and I'm like, you know what? That is just the lowest form of insult that you can say to anybody. It's just so heart-wrenching that people have to use that last line gutter defense because they can't prove their point or they can't come up with a good, valid argument. So you're a racist. Really? Come on. It's not even worth arguing over. It's like, but yeah, she's amazing. She's great. I had fun when we went out shopping. We went to a local butcher and, then of course went out and bought some alcohol. So
Tim, answer the phone.
No, I'm not getting it. You can hear that? That's crazy. No, I'm not answering. Why? Why do you want me to answer the phone? It's in there charging. It's gonna die. Why? You want to talk to me on the phone? Why are you doing that?
Oh, it's not available.
Oh, it's her?
It's me. Me.
All right.
Sorry, guys. I need Timmy to answer the phone. Tim.
All right.
Answer the goddamn phone.
Oh, I can't do this with an iPhone. Motherfucker. Why do these assholes not put a quarter-inch port on a phone? Whatever.
Hey, you.
What?
I'm gonna call your whistle again. I tried to cut my headphones off. It hung up.
You're going to call me on my phone? Is that what you're telling me?
Your Google Voice.
You're already on? Oh, did you hang up?
On accident.
All right. It's open. Go ahead. Okay, my regular phone's calling. Is that what you want to do? I'm confused. Hello? Did you want to call me on my phone?
No, I wanted to call you on the computer.
All right. Well, then I'm going to hang up and do that again because it also comes to my cell phone. So I'm going to hang up. All right, bye. All right. Whatever. La 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 la. There we go. Okay. There we go. Now you're echoing.
Am I echoing now?
No.
No, like I said, I was going to grab the headphones for my charger, and I tried to shut the headphones off. Well, that doesn't work really well.
Right.
I fooeyed up.
I'm ignoring people in the Podbean chat room, so let's see. Cape has Mr. Brown. And then DOS? DOS? What DOS? What version of DOS? Huh. Me, I do, hi. Hello. I eat with the family. Oh, there you go. So a listener, Caps, K-A-P-Z, eats with their family. Good for you. Should do that.
I mean, eating with the family is an important thing. And I don't care who you are. Like, that specific time with your family is important.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, even though I may hate some of my family members' guts, sitting down and actually eating dinner with them has made the relationships that I've had with them so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm not even going to lie. You know, it's so much easier when you can sit down at the dinner table with your family, which is where we work literally everything out, and everything's okay.
It's supposed to be that way, but I don't care what anybody says. In my observation, the family structure is being targeted to be destroyed. And now when you're forced to spend time with your family and you didn't spend quality time with your family because you're busting your ass, probably both parents are out and someone's watching the kids. I mean, you don't even know who the fuck your kids are or your wife or your husband because you never spent quality time together, like eating dinner, because you can't.
Right.
Yeah. So this will...
If you can't,
Go ahead.
if you can't eat dinner with your family, then why even call yourself a family?
Well, that's right. That's a big part of it. Yeah. I mean, you don't have roommates, you know, it's your freaking family. You're just not living with these people. And I'm going to say it again, and that's why I did that episode on family. And depending on who listened to what part, if you didn't listen to it, it's in entirety. I mean, a lot of problems are caused by family, but that's because the family structure is being attacked and destroyed from the outside, and now it's being destroyed from the inside. But there's nothing more important than family. I will say that to the day I die.
And I wish people, like younger kids who sit on their games all day, because I used to be one of these kids. Now watch. I used to be one of these kids who sat in their video games all day and didn't do a damn thing, right? Like, I didn't want to do nothing, Tim. I just wanted to come home from school, play my video game, and be done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like that's how it's been the past couple of months because I work and it's been stressful. But now since I've been off work for the past week, I've actually ventured and found out what being outside of my room is. And it's beautiful.
That's good.
When your mother hears you playing your guitar and asks you to come down and just play for them, or come down and sing a song for them, you know, and then it turns into a 2.5 hour thing, and it was only supposed to be like a 5-10 minute thing.
Yeah, like
but
this.
sitting there having fun.
Yeah, that's like this show. Fucking are your shows. You know, what am I going to talk about? And 4 hours later, you can't shut up. So that's really cool. Really cool.
Isn't that how all of our shows is?
Yeah, well, I know. That's yes. Yes.
I mean, since you don't really have a co-host now, your shows have been shorter.
Yeah. But my intentions has always been to come on for only for an hour, to be honest with you.
I know.
But it don't turn out that way.
I think we all know that.
Yep.
You know, like, the thing is, like, when we get all of us on air, it seems like we're on there for, like, an hour, and we look at the fucking clock, and it's been, like, 4 hours. And we're going, like, where the hell did time go?
Happens every time, even when I interview people. It's like, okay, well, you know, it's been over an hour, because I don't want to take any more of their time. They're like, really? Like, yeah. I mean, if you want to come back, great. You know, I'd love to have you, but yeah, an hour, it just flies by. It's crazy. The shows fly by. Like, this is going on 2 hours already.
Right. And, like, look at the one me, you, and Bonnie had. Turned into a 3.5-hour show.
You know what show I liked was when it was me, you, and Scarlett, and Mel, and Ron. We all were talking about, I don't know what the fuck we were talking about, but that was a good show. I liked that. That was at least a couple hours, if not 3 hours, I think.
Right. You know, like, the one where I was just coming on, it was me, you, Red, Scarlett, Mel, Ron.
Yep.
When it was just that big convo we were all having, like that FRN get-together, which I'm trying to get one scheduled.
Well, I was told, because I brought it up, that we should do that every month, and it hasn't happened yet. So it's got to happen. This is ridiculous.
I'm thinking about doing one tomorrow if you're up for it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm up for it. Just let me know. I mean, you know how to get a hold of me and say, hey, we're going on the air at blankety blank. Be there. Like, okay, I'll be here.
I don't know if Red will be there because Red's in the middle of harvest.
Yeah, that's what Scarlett was saying.
Dude, no, they're working Red. Red does not get a day off during harvest.
Yeah, I bet.
You know, and that's another thing is, you know, like, there's all of us out here that was working in this pandemic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're the ones getting cussed at, but you're the one not all looking for a job. And, you know, you don't want a job. You just want to be lazy, you know, and collect off the government.
Mm-hmm.
But you complain that you're collecting unemployment and you want a job, but you're not willing to go out and get one when everywhere was hiring.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you take bailouts or whatever, I mean, everybody once in their life needs support. I understand that, but all you're doing, like these corporations that took the bailouts, you're going to turn into a zombie, and all you're going to keep doing is getting reanimated with life through being supportive to the government, on the government for survival. And I don't want that. If people want that, that's fine, because you're never going to grow. You're never going to be the best person you can be, and you're not going to learn how to get through troubled times. I still haven't gotten a stimulus check. And I really...
You donated yours, didn't you?
Well, I was just going to say, and if I do, I think I'm going to probably give it to Steven Tyler's Janie's Fund for women that have been trafficked sexually and sexual traffic and whatever you call it, and they're recovering, and I'll just fucking give it to them.
Right, you know, and that's the thing. We live with that here in my state pretty much every day. One area here in Stark County is filled with nothing but child sex trafficking or sex trafficking in general.
Yeah, well, I can't even tell you how that hits a nerve with me that I don't even want to talk about it. So the only thing that I can do about that is help these poor women. And
I've donated to Steven Tyler's Fund.
That's what I do. That's my number one charity. That's why when people ask me for help, you know, I've helped people, and then I found out that when I need help, they're nowhere to be found. So I very reluctantly say, I'm sorry, I can't help you, you know, and I give to people that need the help, like Janie's Fund.
Right.
So, because I know it's going to go to a good cause and they actually truly need help, and they're not a friend or whatever. So I'm not expecting reciprocity from them. Where if you help a friend or a family member, you know, you're kind of expecting that if you ask them for help, and pretty much everybody's turned their back on me. So it's like, you know what? Fuck you. I mean, I can't do it anymore.
Right, you know, like, see, that's another thing is, like, people go like, oh, I need help. I'm going like, all right, I'll let you, like, $20-$30, but I'm going to need that back here in a week.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, I got you. It's not going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That week comes later, you got my $30. I had to use it on groceries again.
Right.
I walk in their house and there's stockpile of groceries.
Yep.
There's a $30 bag of weed in the fucking table. I'm like, that's what you bought it on?
Mm-hmm.
When I needed that $20-$30 to buy diapers for my kid?
It's the same thing when somebody dies and a family member dies in the family and they don't honor and respect and mourn the person dying. All they care about is, was I in the will and what am I getting? And that is just fucking awful.
See, I hate people like that. That's how people when my grandma died started acting. And I started cutting a lot of people out.
Yeah.
Like, look, she just passed away from cancer, and you're only worrying the fuck you're getting.
Right. Exactly. And that's the same mentality and thinking that what we're talking about when you borrow people money, and now it's your turn to get it back or you need it, and there's always a fucking excuse. Sorry, I'm swearing so much, but I mean.
No, we're hitting on serious topics that, in my opinion, should have been talked about months ago.
Well,
I just haven't had the balls to bring it up because I'm normally the one that gets unsettled. I'm normally the one that gets pissed off.
Well, if you haven't learned by now, or people listening, that, you know, it's the original Red Pill Show and it's the other side of the coin, and we talk about shit that nobody wants to talk about or can't talk about because they're afraid it's going to come back on them. I personally could give a flying fuck. You're not going to hurt me. I've lost everything, so you can go fuck yourself. So I will talk about stuff that people won't, because you need to. You need to talk about this stuff, whatever that is.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and like, I know Tim, like, if I'm having a fucking mental breakdown or if I'm like just fucking struggling, I got your first number. I can pick up the phone and fucking call you. Like, hey, Tim.
That's right.
This is fucking going on.
That's right.
I need some advice. I need some fucking help. And then I would turn around and do the same thing with you.
I know.
Scarlett, the day that Ron decided to be a fucking dickhead on my mom's birthday and on her son's birthday, Scarlett called me in fucking tears.
Yeah.
I turned around 5 days later and did the exact same fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's how friendships are. That's how people are supposed to act. Why can't people grow a pair of fucking balls and treat people, excuse my language, like a fucking human being that they are, instead of some low-life piece of fucking trash that they treat them, because it's bothering the shit out of me.
Because it's all about them, and it's all about, pretty much without getting religious, following the 10 Commandments and living God's will, not your will. But people, when they can get one up on you, whether they're a friend, family member, coworker, whatever, they're going to do it. And when they do it, they think they win. That's just my opinion, based on experience.
Right. See, like, you one-up me? Go ahead. Bitch, I'm going to come back and one-up you 10 times more. Because everyone goes like, oh, Dwayne, well, you live with your mother. Your mother's supporting you. Bitch, you're not the one working at fucking Lowe's 40, 50 hours a fucking week, worrying about losing your SSI because of the fact the only reason I have it is because of my seizures, and never know if I can fucking hold a job right or long enough because I'm having these things. So, yes, do I have to fucking rely on the government right now? Yes. Sorry, a medical situation that I'm dealing with is kind of fucking me. Right?
Right.
But I'm still out there busting my ass.
Yep.
Oh, but Dwayne, you're getting mental health help. You're getting addiction services. Is it bettering my life?
Mm-hmm.
Am I a better fucking person? The fuck's wrong with it? And see, that's what I hate about people, is they try to pin things that they're doing in their life to better themselves because they want to stay in that same exact spot and say, when people have lended their hand out and said, take my hand, I'll help you.
Right. Yeah, I wish more people would do that. Do you know how many people have made the comment to me that I never thought would say, I hate people? And I know they don't hate people, but I think they hate how people are behaving.
I used to be one of those people that said, I hate people, and I'm an
Yeah.
extra.
But people you think it would say that, and I'm like, oh my God! But it's not really what they're saying. They're saying I hate how people are treating me, or I hate how people are behaving, because it's so disappointing. It's so disappointing.
It is because, like, you know, like when you get disrespect, when someone disrespects you, you ask, going like, what the hell did I do to you? When it come out to find out that other people fucking you over, and now you're going to judge everybody else based off that one assumption of what one person did. It ruins your perspective on everybody.
Yep.
Because everybody, unfortunately, isn't the same.
No, they're not. No, they're not. But everybody's getting pushed to their limits and to the extremes. And I mean, just look what's happening with everything on a macro level, and it's dividing all of us. And it's about survival, and it's about alpha stuff and protection and blah 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 blah. And to be honest with you, you know, it's like an episode of Survivor when that show came out, and it's like whoever is the biggest asshole and then betrays people from alliances wins the show. You know, and it's like really? And that's pretty scary if that is the deep down essence of people when they're put in a position of survival. When in fact it should be quite the opposite. And because believe me, you don't want to be alone and live alone for the rest of your life because you capitalized on people's weaknesses and took advantage of them. And betray, I mean, there's no better word, betrayed them. If you betrayed them, the friendship, the marriage, the relationship, whatever it is, for you to gain or be right or rise above, in your opinion, over other people because you're just a piece of shit.
See, and you're not afraid to put it like that, though, either.
Well, that's what it is, though. I mean, it's
right, and I'm not saying that it isn't, you know, but there's people out there, Tim, that don't want to look at it like that.
Well, no, because they're looking at themselves, and they got to look in the mirror.
You know what? If you can't stand yourself in a mirror, then you might want to take a second look at what you're doing.
Yep, that's right. And
you know what? I'm going to quote Michael Jackson here for a minute. If you want to see a world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a fucking change.
Yeah, that's the man in the mirror. That's a song. Yeah.
Yep. You know what? Everyone asks me, like, well, why do you quote that song? Because he spoke the fucking truth.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't care what nobody else was going to think of him. He didn't care what no one else thought about him, even though his dad beat the shit out of him, criticized this kid for everything. And he stood up and said, you know what, fuck it. I'm done with people's bullshit. And stood up and done something about it. You know, and that's what we all need to do. I mean, Tim, you're already doing it.
I'm trying. I'm working on it. So, work in progress.
But you've taken most steps that other people won't.
No. Nope. Because
and everyone else,
go ahead.
You know, like, you even said on air, if shit doesn't change here, I'm fucking gone.
And I did. So there you go. Yep. A lot of people
You got up and left.
That's right. That's what I did. And instead of making my destination beeline to it, I stopped at an oasis, which was Illinois, and I reflected and contemplated it, looking from the outside. And I figured that, yeah, the energy and everything's telling me to go to Florida, which if you would have Going to Florida and living here is like you telling me right now, Tim, you're going to end up living in New York City. And I would say, you're fucking insane. Sorry about the F-bombs. You're nuts. But you know what? Never say never. I might end up in New York City. I highly doubt it. Or even California for that matter. But if that's where the energy is, and I've learned a long time ago, and I'm still fighting it, listening to God's will or to the universal law or energy of telling you what to do. Not what you want to do, what God wants you to do. There's countless, you know this, there's countless stories in the Bible. Look at Paul. Paul was killing people, killing Christians, hunting them down until Jesus made him blind and he had a spiritual awakening. And he was one of the biggest supporters of Jesus and Christianity in the entire Bible. But
he wrote a majority of the New Testament.
Yeah, exactly, and Revelations and whatever. But
nah, he didn't write Revelation.
That's what I
he
heard.
Died before that.
No, that's not what I heard. All right, well, that's argumentative. Who cares? All right, so he didn't write it. It's not the point. The point is that there's countless stories in the Bible where God said, "Go here," and people had no idea why, but they did because they listened to that voice.
Or like, use another example. Look at Peter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of the disciples.
Mm-hmm.
God said that you're going to deny me 3 times before the rooster crows.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? Denied him 3 times.
Right. Oh, yeah. Right.
So when God says something's going to happen, there's no sense fighting it. You know, like with me, God said, if you don't knock it off, I'm going to knock you on your butt.
Right.
What did he do when I was in Tennessee and I was in church? I was knocked on my butt. Because people don't want to do what God says to do.
Exactly. John the Elder wrote Revelations. You made me look it up, so I was misinformed. Yep.
Which John the Elder is the same person as the Apostle John that wrote the book of John.
There you go. So there you go. I learned something new.
You know, and it's like everybody goes like, oh, God, I'll do it later. Oh, God, I'll do it later. When you have absolutely not a freaking thing and you go like, all right, God, I'm going to do it, and then you have everything you ever need, why can't you just do it the easy way?
Right.
Oh, I got free will. Yeah, and I got a big forehead. The hell does that matter?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I hate to pick on myself, but God.
Yeah, but you can, though. You have that right. Just like you have the right to talk about yourself.
I mean, I shouldn't because it deters someone's health. Deters my own health. But, you know, like Darren said, I'm looking at the chat room now. I've ignored the chat room.
Yeah, go ahead and address it. I got to pee all this coffee out. I'll be right back.
Darren said, except for having my own business, I think you and I and Tim have a very similar life / path lessons, and we're nearly the same age. Well, I don't know how old Tim is. I'll ask when he gets back. You know, like, here's the deal, guys. You know, Tim's pissing away his coffee that he self-found drink, and I'm jealous because I don't have no coffee right now. I need coffee. You know, like, my thing is like, Darren, and I agree with you.
Do you have that app on your phone when you go to the bathroom and walk away from your phone, it rings? Because I do. Fuck.
I heard it. I was sitting here dancing to it.
Yeah, it's my son. Well, I'll tell you what. I didn't really want to, but it's 2 hours. We can talk a little bit more, but then I want to end the show and start my day.
Dude, if you want to end it now, dude,
Is it cool?
I'm good with that. Yeah.
I don't want to be rude, but, whatever.
I'll probably be on here in like 4 or 5 hours if you want to get on.
All right, let me see, because I still got shit to do. I don't want to commit to it and then not show up. But I still got a garage of shit to go through and some stuff. So, let's see. You can text me and I'll let you know yes or no. How's that? Is that fair enough?
That works.
Yeah, let's do that. So we'll do it tentatively because I'm really still trying to get my ducks in a row here. I hate moving. Oh, my God. Ugh.
Tim,
Yeah.
I feel it because when I moved from my mom's, it was so easy because I didn't have a bed or nothing.
Mhm.
That was because DJFS, I was in the independent living program. So they bought me like $1,800 worth of stuff.
Wow. That's
And it
cool.
was so easy to move into my house
Mhm.
because they helped me. And then people brought my bed and my and my couch. And they helped me set the bed up.
Mhm.
So let me tell you this. Moving everything out of the apartment and throwing shit away and then going to the new apartment and unboxing things in one fucking day because the mother-in-law said so.
Mhm.
Tim, I wanted to shoot myself.
Yeah, I can imagine. All right, so let's go. Let's end this sucker. Thanks to everybody in the chat room. Thanks to Dwayne for calling in. People want to say goodbye in the chat room. Now is your time. Thanks to Total
Yeah, you
Vagabond.
fuckers.
Yeah, Pamela, Lisa, Darren. Yeah, and I think that's about it. At least I'm impressed
We love
though.
you all.
Yeah, I'm really impressed that many people are listening this early. It's
Oh, dude, Scarlett told me you were coming on. I planned on listening, dude. Anytime I get a notification that says the original Red Pill Show, or I see it pop up on Podbean because I downloaded it.
I love Podbean. It's awesome. It's not as good as Spreaker, but it's only like $14-15 a month, and Spreaker's 30 or 35. So, but whatever. But yeah, I like Podbean. It's cool.
So when I see your Podbean, because your Podbean comes up before the FRN, so
Oh, does it? Yeah. Well.
yeah, for me.
Well, it's my backup too, because Podbean is direct and it goes out to people, where this Freedom Revolution Network, and then it goes to YouTube and all these other dingbats. And if you say something they don't like, which they're doing a lot again, they're censoring you. And the last thing I want to do is have somebody in between me and my show to get to my listeners and our listeners. So Podbean's another way to
Right.
do that. It's like a backup. So
I'm going to talk to Scarlett about us getting a Podbean.
yeah, I mean I mean there's a lot of ways, but that's quite honestly why I do it. And if I'm not scheduled to be on, then I don't want to intrude on Freedom Revolution Network schedule, and I'll just go do my own thing on Podbean.
Oh, dude, throughout the day, you're pretty much good to go on whenever you want.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because right now it's spontaneity with me. If I feel like doing it, I'm going to do it. And for some reason, it's been in the morning, but that's probably because I did the show in the morning for a while with Mel, and I got in that groove. But
If you ever need a co-host, I'll do it with you.
all right, I'll keep that in mind. You're always more than welcome. So let's see how things go or what happens and get in a groove of thing. I mean, work might totally ruin that. So I got to see how my schedule is at work before I decide to commit to anything.
All right, Tim, I'll catch you later.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Time to end the show. So thanks for listening. I guess I'll just make a closing statement here. Regardless of what comes out of my mouth about family, friendships, my experiences, whatever, and people not being able to deal with or coexist with their own family members, I think shows a lot about your character and your tolerances, and may reveal why you're in a family, which is probably for selfish reasons, one of which being codependent. Plus, you're indoctrinated and told all this stuff. So it's not entirely, I'm not looking at fault or blame. I'm just looking and trying to tell you how blessed and fortunate that you are to have a family. And family is supposed to be forever. And in my opinion, so are friends from childhood to the grave. But that's not happening enough. So I don't know who's listening to this. And if you want to get pissed at me, go right ahead, because now that's just another person you can't coexist with. You better start looking at yourself. And after you get done looking at yourself, you got to make lemonade from lemons. You're not going to get an opportunity, most likely in your lifetime, to have all this time to yourself, to heal, to grow, and to find happiness and peace for that matter, than now. Take advantage of this lockdown. Listen to this show. Get into this show. This show is like trying to watch a show that somebody recommends to you, and you just don't get it. Like, oh, it's stupid, or that guy's an asshole, or, or whatever. That show's dumb. I don't get it. Well, you watch one too many episodes or listen to it, and it clicks. Okay? So this show is not going to resonate with a lot of people unless you continue to listen to it. So I'm going to ask you to share it and listen to it and have an open mind. But if you can't coexist and get along with the people that you decided to call your family, then you're probably the problem or part of it. But being a dad, you're supposed to set an example and be a leader. And being a mom, you're the glue that keeps the family together. So the dad, this is just my opinion, the dad's the leader and the provider, and the mom or the woman is the glue that keeps everybody together. And when you have those two, nothing's going to stop you. But the last thing you want is self-destruction. And if you can't spend time with your family, your immediate family, then something's wrong. So fix it. It's your job to fix it. If it can't be fixed, then you need to move on. And I'm not saying or trying to divide families. In my experience, being through all this stuff, you owe it to yourself to obtain peace and happiness. Because if you don't, you're just going to spread your misery. And what good is that going to do anybody? So learn to live with yourself and look at yourself in the mirror. Don't do things to people that you don't want done to yourself. And have some type of human decency and try to do the right thing at all times. And keep the shitty people out of your life, regardless of who they are. And that'll be a start. And again, on this subject, I cannot stress how important and how this book affected my life in this area is Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. So just besides me talking out of my ass, oh, what does this guy know? I'll be like, okay, well, read that book, okay? And it's free on YouTube. You don't even have to pay the 10, 15, 20 bucks for it. Read the book. It's dry in the first beginning part of it because he shares his story and how he got to the point that where he was at. Then when he starts interviewing the devil, the book is just amazing. And this book was written in the 40s, which time should be irrelevant because the point and the context and the content of the book is timeless. Okay? So look at yourself, work on yourself, and try to be a good human. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what you should be trying to do. But don't keep yourself in a dysfunctional state because it's all coming out because of COVID-19 and lockdowns and everything else. And if you can't coexist and you want to inflict harm on yourself or somebody else or start doing chemicals to change your reality or perception thereof, you got a big problem. Fix it. Okay? Move. Do what I did. I don't give a flying fuck what you do, but do something. Don't stay in that situation. It's going to take a lot of strength, a lot of courage, and a lot of hard decisions to do something about it. But chances are the problem is you. So read that book. It'll help you break free. It's called A Hypnotic Rhythm. And you got to break that hypnotic rhythm if you want to grow and be the best human you can be. So that's it. Thanks for listening to me. It's a little over 2 hours. Thanks again for Dwayne popping in. Check out his show, The Night Talk. And then, of course, Scarlet with Clarity After Midnight. And all the other shows that are on here that I think are still on here. I don't really know. Or people are taking a hiatus because life's getting in the way. But thanks for listening to this network. Thanks to people on Podbean, YouTube, iTunes, podcasts. Everybody's listening to this. Thanks a lot. But there's nothing more important than family. So you better cherish it and protect it at all costs. And y'all just get along. Figure it out. It's your job and your duty. You took a vow. Keep it. So that's it. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for enjoying the show, I hope. And have a great day. I don't know when I'll be back, but I will be back, asshole. I just don't know when. My life's fucking crazy right now, too. So, but there you go. All right? What time and what days? I have no fucking idea. Sorry. Right now I'm just popping in. The Freedom Revolution webpage says, I don't even know what the hell it says. Let me look at it. Because that's what I want to try to adhere to. I'm not speaking for anybody else. I want to keep as much professionalism as I can. And I know that's probably hard to believe because of this show. But I do want to adhere to some type of structure. I'm a big structure person. And if I was a listener, it's like your favorite TV show, and the assholes keep changing the time of it for ratings or whatever reason. And then when they do that, they lose listeners, and they blame it on the show. I want to be on here when it says. So let me find out when that is. I know it's Monday. Oh, my God. Now I'm inventing days. It's on Monday. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I still get confused in what time this is. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. So if that's Pacific, is that 3 hours from here, from the Atlantic? I think. So that'd be 8 p.m. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Correct me. I don't care. I don't mind being wrong. It's part of being a human. And how you learn. 5 p.m., which would be 8 p.m. Florida time. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So how's that? And starting Monday, since I'm finally here and I'm staying here, I can start getting in habits and schedules or whatever you want to call it. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that would be 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Central, and 8 p.m. Atlantic, or whatever you call this fucking time zone I'm living in now. But whatever. Okay, so that's it. That's when I will be on from here on out. I may pop in unexpectedly just because there's only so much I can do in my apartment living alone. And I quite honestly don't think there's nothing I'd rather do except maybe work out or pick up the guitar. And I can't do all three of those things at once. I could probably play a guitar and do the show, but I don't know if some people want to do that. But I am going to have to come up with my own little freaking intro, because I'm sick and tired every time I play music, it's all fucked up. It really irritates me. No, you can't play our music. God, why would you want to play music and share it with people? Gee, I don't know. Because you want more fans? And don't get me wrong, it's the powers that be, because the music I play, I have permission to. It's usually Edge of Paradise and Forever Still. But whatever. I'm just getting tired. I go to listen to the show, and it's all manipulated where you can't even hear it, and just it's not worth the aggravation. So I'll just come up with my own music, and if they start fucking with that, then I'm going to lay into them, because it's my music. That's enough. I'm ending on a rant. So anyway, have a great day. Have a great weekend. I'll be back Monday, 8 p.m. Atlantic time. What do we call it out here? Eastern? Isn't it called Eastern? Eastern time? I don't know. I'm going to pop in the chat room one more time. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to leave like a tree, or be like a tree and get out of here. All right? So that's it. I got to go. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Be safe. And be a good human. You have been listening to the original Red Pill Show. Bye.